Hello and welcome back to my channel. So I finally got the PYXIS and the PYXIS Monitor and I'm very happy with it overall. But the process of setting it up, I have to admit, was extremely frustrating. And so I decided to make this video so hopefully you won't have to go through the same frustration that I did, and it should be a very simple setup process. So that's what this video is about. I should also add that this is specifically about the basic version of the PYXIS monitor kit, which is just the PYXIS monitor with the hood and nothing else. There are of course two other options where you can buy a version which has a cable plus a couple of mounting options, and then there's a third version as well. But I went for the basic version because I already have multiple mounting options and I already have quite a few USB cables. As it turns out, I needed to buy some more. We'll get to that later on in the story. So join me after the break and let's get into it. There doesn't appear to be an instructions manual for the PYXIS monitor, even though there's a QR code for one in the received package. So I had to figure this out myself, and hopefully this video will give you the answers you need very quickly. Okay, so the unboxing went smoothly. And the version that I bought didn't have cables, so I used a short USB cable and the monitor powered on, but there was no picture. So I wondered if there was a setting that wasn't right, but I didn't think so. So the function keys worked in so much as they executed an action on the PYXIS, but not the action I was expecting as I programmed it on the PYXIS. So I tried updating the software for the PYXIS monitor using the Blackmagic camera app, but after that was done, it still didn't work. So I tried a longer cable and it still didn't work. Finally, I tried one of my SSD cables and it powered on with video this time. So when I checked the cable, I noticed that it had a SS10 logo on it, and that basically means that it's a USB 3.2 Gen 2 cable rated for 10 gigabits per second. So that looks like that's basically the minimum you need for the PYXIS monitor because it uses a USB-C super speed data lanes to carry video, power and control. So if you use a USB 2 or a charging only cable, the monitor simply won't work. But there was no reference to this anywhere in the non-existent manual or in the documentation online or anything to do with the PYXIS monitor. So that was the main problem. Right, so I finally got picture and control. Now I needed to figure out why the function buttons weren't working the way I programmed it or thought I'd programmed it. See, what wasn't made clear was that programming the function buttons on the PYXIS isn't the same as programming on an external device. There's actually a separate menu page for that in the PYXIS. So I had to go to the menu for the PYXIS monitor in the PYXIS and change the setting to what I set on the PYXIS, which is F1 for false color, F2 for clean feed, and F3 for focus assist. So once I did that, everything was set up and working. So one of the things that the PYXIS monitor has is an accelerometer, so you can tell if the monitor is right way up or not, and so it automatically flips. Well, that could be very handy, but can also be very frustrating, and I've already had a bit of frustration about that because in one particular setup where I'm using the monitor, it automatically flips when I don't want it to. So I say all that to say that in a future update, it would be helpful if Blackmagic put a toggle switch so that you could select whether or not it holds the orientation that it's in, or whether or not it flips automatically. I prefer to just completely not flip when I don't want it to, so that if I'm using it in an underslung mode, for example, if I'm using the gimbal in an underslung mode, the monitor doesn't flip upside down automatically, which it does now, which is very annoying. So anyway, that's something that hopefully Blackmagic will introduce somewhere in the future if someone sees this video and passes that message on to them, or perhaps I'll email them myself. And don't forget, you can also pick up the heavy duty gimbal L bracket at my website motionpicturehardware.com if you still want to build your creator rig. And you can also pick up other accessories like the LiDAR bracket to enable you to mount your DJI LiDAR in a better position than you can with the current bracket that ships with it. And finally, you can also have a look at some of the PYXIS accessories that I have online. So if you found this video useful and you found value in it, it would be great if you could like, comment, share, subscribe, do all those things that make the algorithm happy. And I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay lucky, stay blessed.